As shown in the current answers to this question, people who don't believe in karma generally don't know what karma is. They mistakenly believe that karma is some kind of law of cause and effect or a system of cosmic retribution. It is neither of those things. Karma means action. It comes from the Sanskrit root, kri, meaning to do. Life itself is of independent origination. All things are interdependently interrelated. This arises. That becomes. Those who are bound by karma act in order to achieve a result. These people are said to be bound by their karma. Indeed, the cycle of life and death can be seen as a form of bondage. To repeat the game of hide and seek forever. To break the chains of karma, one must do things without thought of an outcome. To do just to do. To perform an action without attachment to an outcome. This ties into the meaning of life, which is just to live. The meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple. And yet everybody rushes around in a great panic as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves. Paradoxical as it may seem, the purposeful life has no content, no point. It hurries on and misses everything. Not hurrying, the purposeless life misses nothing, for it is only when there is no goal and no rush that the senses are fully open to receive the world. Either one does an action, and seeks a result either good or bad. It doesn't matter and is thus bound by their karma, or one performs purposeless action, and is not bound by karma. Again, karma is often confused with a system of cause-effect or misinterpreted as some kind of cosmic retribution. It is neither. Karma always works its way into life, for karma is the interdependent origination of all the forms and functions of living. People who don't believe in karma don't know what karma is. They think that karma is some kind of law of cause and effect or a system of cosmic retribution. It is neither of those things. Essentially, because they can't see it. Their view is biased towards the short term. For example, they might see a good thing happen to a bad person and think that karma must be false, when actually, karma operates over the entire continuum of time and can't be proved or disproved with a single anecdote. It's also quite possible that karma has not been explained to them properly, or they think it is merely a religious artifact that has nothing to offer modern people, or they have an alternative explanation for the synchronic and serendipitous meeting of perception and occurrence at any given moment, for example, chance, luck, fate, destiny, preordination, or determinism. All of these, from a Buddhist perspective, err either on the side of being excessively nihilistic or excessively absolutist, without enough meaning or play to account for our actual experience of the world. Karma, as a middle way between those extremes, is a profound topic that most people know of only by vague marketing slogans or superstition. They haven't actually studied it and tried to figure out what it means. It's like hearing about time dilation and thinking Einstein must have been crazy, and so, yawn, what's the next subject? It takes real effort of individual inquiry to understand it. To be fair, karma is often taught at a rudimentary level, a story for children, like some kind of cosmic judgment system with karma in the place of God. In fact, many people believe in a notion of karma that I would take to be an immature version of it. Which is fine, but it can also lead to wrong ideas. People have needs for karma, for it to justify things that it does not justify, such as a caste system, or their own laziness. But karma is also very obscure in and of itself, due to the magnificent complexity involved. Karma attempts to explain the interconnected network of causes and effects that result in us perceiving the world in just the way we do. It is a teaching that actually unifies what we normally take to be subjective, with what we take to be objective. It's not for children to understand, which is why there are childish versions that give the teaching a bad name, unfortunately. The Buddha himself taught that karma was a hard topic to penetrate. Conceptual understanding alone is not enough. It requires some experiential insight, at least, into non-dual perception, where subject and object are unified in a single gestalt, to begin to get a sense of what is truly being talked about here. I'm not trying to be obtuse and hope I'm not being arrogant about this, but am merely suggesting that if karma seems insensible to you, there's a reason for that, and that reason may not be karma but your understanding of it. The Buddha was said to be able to discern the previous 100 past lives of a person just from a single strand of hair from their head. Sounds absurd of course from our modern perspective, but again this simply points to the fact that perhaps our perception might be clouded a bit. No offense. Karma is the other side of complete freedom. It's the limit on anything goes. It's what makes anything sensible at all. Without karma, there is no perception, no world at all. Karma is amazing. It's part of the reason you like or don't like what you just read. It's the reason you either are reading this on your phone, or have pause and have the phone in your mouth, about to bite. It is not incompatible with science, in the same way that logic is not incompatible. It's bigger than science in the same way that logic is. If all these words make you even slightly more curious about karma, they have fulfilled their purpose. There can be several reasons for not believing in karma. The topic of karma has no linearity, it's a spiral, hence it's very difficult for many to even find the reason to believe in karma. Also, it's a very limited perspective on karma given by various religions and cultures. Human mind works on objectifying, on being able to put a finger on something which gives more tangibility to the mind to believe, and since there are no proofs and justifications available of our past actions in the present, so not many would like to believe in karma. Karma is simply the cause and effect. Every cause has an effect, and sometimes there are no tangible resources available to prove the effect which sets in motion with every cause. Especially when life keeps going smoothly, there is no reason for believing in something so intangible. An absolute awareness of thoughts, feelings and actions is required to understand the topic of karma, and then when you understand that how every thought becomes the cause of our reality and the effect of that cause sets in motion, then one starts making observations about one's own life and of people around them.